He's the voice of rage, the mask, the scream, the icon. But behind that mask was a kid who almost didn't make it to 18. And a man who's still trying to quiet the voices in his head.
The situation I was in when I was a kid was difficult. Just dealing with abuse, moving around a lot, you know. So I really tried to mask it and overcompensate by just running emotionally, mentally. I didn't want to deal with a lot of things, so.
This is Metal Sessions. And today, we sit with Corey Taylor. Not the front man, but the survivor. Corey Taylor didn't grow up with structure. He grew up with trauma. Abandoned by his father, molested as a child, addicted to drugs by his teens.
When I was a kid, I was a speed freak. I did coke, I did meth, I did all that stuff. But as I quit all that when I was a teenager, because I OD'd twice when I was a teenager.
By age 18, he attempted suicide. He was found just in time, and he doesn't hide that fact.
I ended up, swallowing a bunch of pills. My grandma took me to the hospital. They fed me Ipecac. I threw up, and then they had to force feed me liquid charcoal to get my stomach to settle down. And that was probably the lowest moment of my life because I had done it to myself.
I didn't want to feel anything anymore, he once said. That's not edge. That's not drama. That's a broken young man with nowhere to put the pain. So he did what so many of us do. He put it into music.
Wish I was too dead to cry.
When Slipknot exploded, Corey was still a mess. Everyone saw the mask, but no one saw the breakdowns backstage. Alcohol was constant. He admits he would get blackout drunk before noon. I didn't know who I was without pain.
To me, it's like this barrage of music.
Okay.
And it's like creating a message out of chaos, like reaching your hand into white noise and pulling out the exact message that you wanted to convey.
And when you're the face of Iowa's ugliest fury, you don't get to be vulnerable. But then, he started talking. He started writing books, lyrics, interviews. He began pulling the stitches himself to show others that they could too.
It's been 8 years, and you put a lot of shit in perspective. You have a lot of time to think. You have nowhere to go with it. Your trial and error becomes your way of life. Who you are is a question.
This wasn't Slipknot rage. This was naked pain. Corey got sober in 2010. Not because someone made him, because he was tired of surviving. And since then, he's opened up in a way most artists don't.
So if you love me, let me go.
Abuse, divorce, losing friends like Paul Gray and Joey Jordanson.
Guys.
I mean, and that's the shit you cherish, man.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there were bad times,
Yeah,
but there were
course.
so many good times, man. And that's, when you get to that.
Trying to stay alive through the grief. He doesn't pretend to be healed. He knows the darkness is still there. But now, he talks to it, instead of letting it control him. He's the guy who'll scream on stage for 90 minutes and then tell a teenager backstage not to give up.
The anger that he has, he doesn't necessarily need to feel guilty about it. And it's not his fault. Because there's an internalization that comes from survivor's guilt and from people who have dealt with physical and sexual abuse, which I've experienced both. It's a natural place to lash out, it's the scalded dog, basically. There's still a very kind animal in there, but until you get past those layers It's hard.
That's the real Corey Taylor. Not a mask, just a man who refuses to quit.
Drift among the faithful, bury your desires. I did my time, and I went out.
So here's what Corey teaches us. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to stay. Stay another day, another hour, another show, another breath. You're not weak for being broken. You're stronger for not letting it destroy you. And if you ever felt like Corey did, like ending it would be easier, just know you're not alone and your story's not done.
For several years and all these years ago.
So if you're where Corey was at 18 or 28 or 48, don't go quiet.
I ended up, swallowing a bunch of pills.
As I do every week, we partnered with Your Crisis Coach, my other side gig on the side there, to get you real help real fast. You could find it in the show notes below. You could click it, search it, do whatever way you have to. But there's no scripts, no lectures. We're just people that listen, and we give a damn. So click it, talk to someone, because surviving is louder than any scream. Do me a favor, subscribe to Headbangers History on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And this is Metal Sessions. You could also check out my other show of more sessions, but with actors, over at Misfit Cinema. Real stories, real battles, real healing. I'm Fred Carroll, and I will talk to you again soon.
Wish I was too dead to cry.
Now, I understand that. Now, what band wears masks? Slipknot?
Slipknot does, yes.
Stone Sour would never do that.
Does not, no.
Of course, there.
Well, I've dressed in drag once in Halloween, but that was as close as it came.
Now, let's see. Is this a mask you wear? Let's bring it in.
Yeah, this is the new one, yeah.
Who designs these masks?
I came up with the concept. And
does the whole band wear different masks?
yeah, everybody has a different
Put
one.
it on.
Oh.
Do you have a name for this mask?
No, just it hasn't
You
gotten to
sing
the
with
point
it?
where it smells, but yeah. And that's one of the things that you have to kind of do, is you have to make sure that you can perform in it, or if not, then it's like, what was the point of that?
Are you performing Halloween?
Oh yeah, in Dallas. So it goes on like this. The buckle comes on like that. But the cool thing about this one is that there's a mask underneath the mask, just like that.
Uh-huh.
So
That is considerably scary. Do you plan to do other nutty things?
well,
Like the idea for masks, did it come up with a horror song, a particular song you were singing?
no. I mean, honestly, and like I said before, I mean, I joined Slipknot afterwards, but they were wearing masks already. And the reason that they started wearing the masks was because it allowed them, and it's allowed us to kind of let that animal off the chain, basically. It allowed us to kind of be free on stage.
How much of the act do you wear it?
The whole thing, yeah.
Wait a minute.
We wear masks the entire show, yeah. I know
That's
a lot of
Slipknot,
bands,
right?
Yeah, a lot of bands, they'll come out and they'll wear it for part of it, and then they get rid of it. But we, from the minute we hit the stage to the minute the outro rolls, we're in the masks.
Are they all different kinds of masks?
Yeah.
And how do people then identify you?
Well, they know me from Stone Sour because I don't wear a mask in Stone Sour. But we have such dedicated fans that sometimes they get a little like CIA on us, and they'll sneak pictures of us when we're not looking, and they'll put them up on the internet.
Watch new episodes of Larry King Now, Monday through Thursday, on demand on Hulu and Aura.tv.